Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Welcome, sunshine, to Affirmation Station. My name is Charente Carr of JCLV21, where I joyously coach life victory. Today, I am the conductor on this here train, where we learn how to maintain our mind, our body, and our spirit before departing to our next destination. Like every show, I'll be walking you through 4 exercises to kickstart or invigorate your day with your mind at peace, your soul feeling loved, and your body feeling right. Here's a reminder for you. This stop does has transfers to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Choose wisely on how you're going to see your day on today. This show is live recorded on the Wisdom app at 10 a.m. or not 10 a.m. Oops, my bad. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays Pacific time. The Wisdom app is available on the iOS App Store and Google Play Store. This is an audio app with amazing mentors that pour in wisdom every hour of the day. Join the community. It's free. This episode, we are going to be focusing on unlocking your path to abundance through the key, also known as gratitude. So, if we don't ado, let's go ahead and move to where I'll let you know what sounds that abound on this ground so you can follow along with the show. So if you hear this first sound, the ding dong means we're beginning a new thing. You hear this sound, that's exercise completed. Okay, that's what that one is. So if you know these 2 sounds, then you are straight and you can follow along for the beginning and the end. Ain't that awesome? So let's go ahead and move to the pre-exercise to the exercises. Like you have a pre-workout, you got a pre-exercise. You feel me? Got to get you warmed up, you know? Woo! Okay. This pre-exercise is super simple, super fast. I just want you to put your hands out right in front of you and just start shaking your hands. Just shake them. Just shake them. Just don't break them. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking. If you want to, throw in some bacon. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, and stop. I'm more awake, you more awake? Okay, let's go ahead and move to the first exercise of the day. This first exercise is called Say It and Claim It. This is all about speaking words of affirmation. So if you're feeling down, remember it is A-OK Brown. Just remember to speak yourself back up with compliments or saying I love you. You deserve all that good, nurturing conversation with yourself. You deserve that. So remember to nurture yourself back up. Here are the instructions for this exercise. Say these affirmations with me inside of your mind with that beautiful imagination, or say these out loud with that beautiful voice of yours. If you want magnifique, maximum benefit, say these affirmations in front of a mirror or your front camera. Now it's time to repeat after me to keep you free. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I enjoy the present moment. I appreciate who I am. I embrace my voice as it is powerful. I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. I value myself. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. My success is now. You can stop repeating after me. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. And you're like, Charente, I didn't expect for you to scream in my ear, but you know I get excited on this show. You already be knowing we're in episode 89, truly 89 now. Yeah, you know I get excited. So I just want to say I'm really proud of you. That was the high squeak. Okay, we'll continue moving on. This next exercise for number 2 is called the breeze of breathing. This is where we focus on our life force, our chi, our prana, if you will. Breathing is a natural thing our body does without us even asking. Today, we're going to consciously breathe as it allows us to energize our body, focus our mind, and tap into our inner light that powers us up to say, hey, how you doing? Okay. Here are the instructions for this exercise. There are 4 sets, so listen out to how your body is currently positioned in this moment. If you're lying down, this first set of instructions is for you, baby boo. Feel the support of the surface beneath you. Relax those shoulders and close those eyes. And if you're currently driving, I got you next. Move your booty from side to side. Get comfortable in that ride. Sit up straight, relax your shoulders, and keep your eyes open. Safety is muy importante. It's very important. If you are not driving and you are sitting down, move your booty from side to side. Get comfortable in your seat. Plant your feet on the ground. Sit up straight. You're in for a treat. Relax those shoulders and keep your eyes closed so that you can focus on all that nose. We just did a nursery rhyme for a second. And now for the last one is if you're currently standing up, stand up straight and relax your shoulders. I highly recommend that you keep your eyes open, especially if you're walking or you're actually just moving around or just standing up right now. I can recommend to keep your eyes open. Today, we're going to be doing the box technique, and it goes a little something like this. It goes with us inhaling through our nose for 4 counts, us holding for 4 counts, us exhaling, letting the breath out through our mouth for 4 counts, and then holding again. And don't worry about the counts. I got you. I'll count along with you to help you to move to the next when the next comes up. The disclaimers for this exercise is if you feel lightheaded, if you start feeling lightheaded, please soften and slow your approach or simply stop in the name of you. If you are pregnant or you think you are pregnant, don't hold your breath. Please don't. Just breathe slow and follow right along. Now, let's go ahead and begin. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. One more time. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And go back into naturally breathing without thinking about it. Gotta love it, right? Got to love it. Yeah. You just going through and doing an amazing job, breathing things through, relaxing your body, centering yourself. Like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Now let's go ahead to move to exercise number 3. You're in for a treat. This exercise is called Tap It In. In this exercise, we're going to be doing the emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT tapping, which is alternative therapy for anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, weight loss, and many, many other conditions. This technique to me is 2 of the 5 forms of love languages that Gary Chapman is talking about, with one touching on different areas of our body that moves our energy, and then pairing that with words of affirmation, also known as our intentions. Isn't that amazing? This exercise is one that has personally changed my life. So I hope you partake today. I just have one cautionary tale. I say one cautionary moment, one disclaimer, if you will. This exercise is not recommended if you are driving currently or operating heavy machinery. No matter if you're in good health, pregnant, or experiencing illness, be gentle with the taps on your body. Back to our regularly scheduled show. Today, we're going to be doing 4 taps, and they are going to be on the side of the hand, known as the karate chop, the eyebrows, the sides of them eyes, and the top of your head. Before we even get started on why you're even going to be doing those things and how to even do them, you first got to accept your feeling right now. That's the first instruction. Accept whatever it is. Angry, happy, mad, sad, guilty, shame, whatever it is, feel it, accept it. When you take the time to accept it, now you have an awareness. When you have an awareness, now you can facilitate a change. And so in this tapping, we're going to make that change. Thank you so much for accepting your feelings and your emotions right now. I am so proud of you for having now the awareness of them. And just so you know, we're going to be really locking in those affirmations from Say It and Claim It. So no new affirmations, same old, but I got you. I'm going to walk you through those. So I'm now going to explain to you why we're doing these taps and how to do the taps so that you are on the same boat I'm on. Oh, sorry, same train, because Affirmation Station, same train. My apologies to myself. So the first one is going to be the side of the hand, known as the karate chop. This right here dissolves feeling stuck. If you're feeling stuck, this is for you. Because after it dissolves feeling stuck, it allows ease in moving forward, letting go, healing from grief, and becoming happy in the present moment. Ain't that something? How to do this tap is to literally put your hand, one of your hands out flat in front of you, okay? And I want you to go ahead and take the other hand, and I want you to pretend like you are Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, and you are chopping down, but you're being kind with yourself, down on the other hand. That is the karate chop. That is tapping on the side of the hand. And you repeat that action to repeat the taps. Okay? The next place we're going to be tapping on is the eyebrows. The reason why we do this is because it dissolves trauma, hurt, and sadness so that we can allow peace and emotional healing because we deserve this. Okay? How to do this tap is go ahead and take your pointer finger and literally tap on your eyebrow. When I say on your eyebrow, I'm not talking about on the end, on that tippity corner. I am talking about closer to your nose. That is the point that I'm referring to at the very beginning of where your eyebrow sits. That is that point that I want you to hit. Okay? Now, the next tap, the third tap of these 4, is the side of the eyes or side of the eyes. So I like saying it like that. Okay? And the reason why we do this is because it dissolves resentment and anger, which allows clarity and compassion, okay? How to do this is go ahead and take that pointer finger. And now we're literally going to go and move it to the side of our eyes, not the very tip where the side of the eye really is. I'm talking about where not your hairline is, but in that middle point between your side eye and your hairline. That is the point I want you to be touching on. Side of the eyes, okay? And the last tap to lock all this goodness in is the top of the head. We do this because it allows spiritual connection and the new balance and alignment from the tapping round that we completed with the karate chop, the side of the eyes, and the eyebrows. It's amazing goodness, I tell you. And how to do this tap is to take that index finger or that pointer finger yet again and literally go to the top of your head and start tapping down the best way that you can. Here, even if you have a lot of hair in that area, you're going to be fine or it's sewed up. It's the vibration that counts. It's the vibration that counts. So tap, 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 tap. Cool. Now that you know that, you know all the in-betweens, let's go ahead and get started. Start with tapping on the side of your hand, and now repeat after me. I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. I value myself. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping on your eyebrows. Resume repeating after me. I enjoy the present moment. I appreciate who I am. I embrace my voice as it's powerful. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping on the side of your eyes. Resume repeating after me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping on the top of your head. Let's lock this in, y'all. Resume repeating after me. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. My success is now. Stop repeating after me and stop tapping on the top of your head. I feel better. Don't you feel better? I love this exercise. It always gets me right in my spirit, in my soul. Yes. And now you probably know what the next one, so I will not more digress. Okay? This last exercise is called venting gratitude. This is where we vent gratitude for whatever it is that we want to appreciate and uplift. The instructions are simple for this one. Just start out by saying thank you and then start listing whatever it is that you are thankful for. We do this in a rampage style, so that simply means that we're going to go in on whatever it is that you're grateful for until the exercise comes to a close. You will know that it has come to a close because you will hear this sound. Which just simply means that we are done with the exercise and mission completion, if you will. Okay, now let's just go ahead and get started. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for now. Thank you so much for the walk this morning. Thank you for that beautiful sun. Ooh, it's just so immaculate. So thank you so much for creating it. Thank you so much for being able to run and it not hurt. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much that I can walk and not walk with a limp. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much that I found the supplements that I need to take for right now. Thank you for regular digestion. Thank you so much for my house and all the memories that it holds and will hold. Thank you so much for my husband and the amazingness that he is. Thank you so much for our dog Bandit and all the love that he provides and all his silliness and all the learning that we're getting from him, just with him being him. Thank you for him. Thank you so much for the clothes on my body right now. Thank you that I have clothes to put on my body. Thank you that I can go to the bathroom. Thank you that I have really no wants. Thank you for that. You have supplied all of my needs, and I really don't have any wants. And I just thank you so much, God, for this. I thank you for this moment. How far you have taken me. I thank you for never leaving me in all the darkness that I was in. Thank you for allowing me to see this day where things are so much lighter. Thank you that there is a day where things became light. Thank you for the community that I'm recording this on. Thank you for the Wisdom app. Thank you for Dio. Thank you for all the mentors that pour in their love. Thank you for them sharing their insights. Thank you for those insights helping me in my life. Thank you for the light when things were really dark. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. I need a second, y'all. When you get to a certain level of gratitude, you can start feeling it, and then you start feeling the releasing. And the releasing is just crying, and crying is not bad. It's a good thing. You can cry in happiness. You can cry in sadness too, and the tear chemistry is completely different. Maybe one day I'll do that as a topic, but I love gratitude. Whew. Oh my God. You were on fire today. I was on fire today. Today has just been a freaking amazing day. And I will always say I am proud of you for taking that time to love yourself. And I'm thankful for me taking the time to also love me, because we are great. So let me give you a round of applause, and then bring up the person that is currently in queue. We're giving you all a round of applause. It's so much fun. So today's topic is unlocking your path to abundance with the absolutely best key, aka gratitude. I want to give you some questions to start asking yourself, okay? Because you got to get down to the bottom root of this, okay? The root to the to make sure that you can actually come from a place of abundance, because the opposite of abundance is scarcity, okay? So for me, when I'm talking to people and we're having dialogue and conversation, I can actually tell based off how they're saying and how their body reacts if they're operating from a scarcity mindset. I pick it up right away. Okay. And it's because it's super noticeable. And now I'm going to give you the questions to think about. Okay. What do I feel scarcity now? Where do I feel it? Do I feel it in my finances, my relationship, my work environment? Where do I feel scarcity? Okay. And then ask, how can I give some of what I'm missing? So that could be celebration. You're looking to be celebrated a whole lot more. And then you say, oh, I have not celebrated a whole bunch at work. So you now take the time after a meeting to take 2 minutes to celebrate yourself by clapping for yourself, saying you just did a really good job. Okay. Where's the scarcity at? Okay. And then how can you fill in what's missing? Because mind you, there's a lot of things that you are the solution to. There are some things that do come from other people, but you're still the solution because you have to implement it. Okay, so ask yourself that question. Another question is this: what is most precious in my life now? The reason why you're going to do that is because you have a whole bunch of wealth of experiences and quality of life and a whole bunch of abundance, but you don't even know where it is. So I want you to identify it. What is most precious in my life right now? For me, it's my husband. It's my dog. It's my family. It's the shelter that we have, which is our house. Okay? Those are the things that are really precious in my life right now. And building a business. I'll say that too. What is bringing me more happiness? Of these things, what's bringing you more happiness right now? Is it you binge watching TV? What is that about? Is it you, is it you sitting at the table and just reading a newspaper in the morning? Because some people still do that, and that brings them a lots of joy. What makes you more happy? Okay. Another thing is, how can I do more of it and celebrate what is truly abundant in my life right now? How can you? You can figure out the how. For me, I use the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Or I just say thank you. And anytime someone does something for me, I know they don't have to. Even if it's their job, I still say thank you. And I'm just like, I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you for showing up to work today. Because you didn't have to, but you did. And I'm having this wonderful conversation with you, and I'm just really thankful for you. So figure it out, okay? More of it and celebrate it, okay? And then you got to remember to focus on abundance, not lack, okay? So ask yourself these questions. Where are the opportunities to do what I would like to do and have now? Where are the opportunities at, okay? For me, I was like, you know what an opportunity for me would be? Is to get a dog sitter for my dog so me and my husband can not leave him at home by himself, but so he can actually have companionship and someone to watch him, to also get some mini training too. Okay, we need a little bit of help. So the opportunity for me, what that looked like was finding a dog sitter, telling my mom, hey, I'm looking for a dog sitter. Her having someone, because they have a newsletter for their community, them saying, hey, I sit dogs for da-da-da-da-da. So I contacted her. She's like, she met me the exact same day. And then the following day, when I was out of town, our dog was at her house so that my husband could also focus on work and also having an actual off time because he's been super busy. What are the opportunities to do what I would like to do and have now? And then we realized how much money it cost, and we realized that we had that type of money and we could put it in our budget. So you got to look at all the opportunities. Hey, I want to go to church, but I don't like the church I'm at. There are so many churches if you want to go to church. Virtual, in person, hybrid, all the in-betweens. You can find one. Where are the opportunities to have what I would like to have now or do? Okay? Opportunity to zip line. You're like, I want to zip line. Then you happen to go to Groupon or I think it's Living Social, and you see a discounted zip lining thing. I'm like, I can afford that. You can have it now. Where are the opportunities to do what you would like to do and have now? Okay. Where are the things that I already have and that I can truly be grateful about? Well, for me, I always go back to, I had a budget for BTS that was ridiculous rated. Okay, I'll just tell you, it was around $5,000 because I've openly shared this on internet platforms before. $5,000 a year for BTS stuff, merchandise, travel, concerts, everything in between. That was the budget. So for me, one thing that I'm super grateful for, and I haven't sold this yet, is I have a massive collection of BTS merch, okay? Never been opened, mint condition, all that stuff. I got it at pop-up shops that don't exist no more, and this merch is not sold anymore kind of thing. Limited edition stuff. And every time I look at it, I'm thankful. I have so much gratitude for the experience to buy it. I am thankful and grateful for all the opportunities because those are the times I got to hang out with my sister before she passed on, okay? So when I look at that collection, I am grateful for it because I'm like, I got to see life with her. We got to travel. We bought this at that place. We bought this at that place. And it was always amazing. And I express gratitude for it. So what are the things that you already have that you can truly be grateful about? Okay? Next one is this. You got to actually do what you like as the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Okay, what does that really mean? So actually, if you got to fake it till you make it for this, pretend that you already have the abundance because you already do, legitimately. But if you have to fake it till you make it for this, do the fake it till you make it for this. And then ask yourself, how much time do I spend doing things that I really enjoy for the sake of doing them? If the answer is none, you got to do some inventory. You also have to do some boundary checking too. Okay, I'm going to recommend that you make a list and put a value on what enjoying those experiences brings to you. What value does it give you? Does it give you a sense of security? Does it give you a sense of fun and joy? What are the values? Does it give you a sense of accountability? What are they? Okay, and then I want you to also evaluate your boundaries. And if you're like, shouldn't I even know about boundaries? there's a thing called Google, okay? And I'm going to tell you to do this. How do I create healthy boundaries? Type it in. I hear you now. Type it in. How do I create healthy boundaries? Research, my baby. Research. I can't give you all the answers. Even though I do know the answers, I'm not going to give it all to you because you have to study yourself to prove. And I'll help you with that process. But make sure you make that list and you also know your boundaries, okay? Now. Okay, now it's time to create a life of possibilities, okay? And we're going to meet the limited circumstances with unlimited thoughts, okay? This is in the Bible, I put off the old man and put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge of him who has created me, because in God, all things are possible. So we're going to go into unlimited thought life. We're not going to limit ourselves. We're not going to say, we can't. We're going to start removing the can't from our vocabulary altogether, because can literally means ability. Not means no. No ability. The heck, you have the ability to have the life that you want. So stop with the limited circumstances and thoughts with those circumstances. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you something to ask yourself. What would I like to do if anything were possible? What would it be? We're dreaming big here. What is it? For me, I want to travel and do a whole bunch of other things. What is it for you? What is it? Now ask yourself this. What would I gain from those possibilities that I don't have? Okay? I want you to think about identifying very concrete values or qualities such as time and freedom. Okay, this is the art of the possible, if you will. I want you to write this stuff down. Write it down. I'm not talking about text it to yourself. I'm literally saying get a pen and a piece of paper and write this down. There's a method to my madness. Work with me here. Piece of paper. Thank you. And I want you to write all this stuff down, okay? I'm going to say the question one more time. What would I gain from those possibilities that I don't have now? Okay? And then I want you to follow that up with, how can I have those experiences in my life now? How? And the thing is that I want you to do the what ifs of what if it did work. Not what if it didn't work. What if it did work? What does that look like? That's the how. That's the secret sauce of how you get there. What if? What if I book a ticket to this place? What if I find a way to pay for this hotel, but I don't have the money right now? What if I still go on this trip, even though I'm scared because it's the first time I'm going on a trip by myself? What if? When you do that last thing is you encourage. What if? You're having courage. What if you're questioning things? What if it's curiosity? Be like Curious George. I know he was always into some shit, okay? I get that. I get the point of him, okay? I do. But you got to be curious. You got to be curious about you. You deserve that. So what if in the best way that you can? What if positively, not negatively anymore? Now I want you, moving forward, I'm going to say this is number 6 for the tip. You got to set your own priorities and then simplify those priorities. Okay? It's very simple. What I'm talking about is literally making a list of your priorities. Like for me, I literally make a to-do list every single day to say I'm going to do these things. And it always starts out by saying I drink water and I eat breakfast. And then I go for a walk and I take my supplements. What are your list of priorities? Because these are mine to help me stay the me that I am and be able to talk to y'all the way that I'm able to talk to y'all with all this upbeatness, is because I take care of myself in the mornings. So what are your priorities, and simplify them? So I want you to ask this to yourself. What is most important for me now? Where can I simplify my life? Where can I make different choices? Because it's through your choices that you have the life that you currently have. It is through the choices that you watched your parents have that you might have picked up on their choices. So I'm going to ask you to think really 100% for yourself. What are the choices that you want to do? And how can you do things differently? This is not to judge yourself. This is to observe and pivot. Okay? This is not to beat yourself up. Do not take this as a self-defeating thing. I want you to build yourself up from this. So what choices can you make differently? So recently, I had a conversation with someone else on the Wisdom app, okay? And I had a person in my back channel saying some very derogatory things to me. And I had a choice to make. I could cuss this person out and berate them and call them all out on blast. Or I could choose to take the higher road and be the me that I am and educate them because I know who I am and who I'm not, and I'm not the things that they said I was. So the choice I made was the higher route, which was I educate them, proceed to let them know I did report them, and all the in-betweens because they overstepped a boundary, which is you don't come and try to tell me who the heck I am. Not child. Don't do that. Especially the way that you did it. Don't do that. That's not how you teach somebody. But I had to make a choice. My priority for me was I'm going to protect my boundary, but I'm also going to do it in a way that I'm not going to completely demean this person to a place of nothingness because I know I have that ability too because the power is in the tongue. Now I want you, Hero, to now get at it. Do it. Okay? Do the questions that I just gave you because it's so important to understand yourself. And journaling is such a great tool to use to get out all the things that you want to say to somebody, but you don't really want to talk to nobody. That's where you and God can have full-on conversations. So go ahead and do your Dear Diary. Okay? It's a wonderful thing to do. It's just to get it out. And I will say this is that when it comes to gratitude, also being the key to abundance is that the reason why I told you the questions is because you have to do inventory on what you currently have now so that you can have the awareness to facilitate the change. Okay. If you don't have the awareness, you can't change. It makes it really hard to change because it's a blind spot. So go ahead and get the awareness so you can change from a blind spot to being something that you are aware of. Okay. And I'll also give you this is that there are some exercises that you can do, such as doing a gratitude journal, or if you're having a really tough time saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, or rephrasing your whole narrative from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. So I can give you a quick highlight of that, which for me is, oh my God, so when I first was born, I died the first day, and then after that, I had asthma, and then after that, I had hydrogenized superativa, and then I wanted to kill myself, and that sounds very like, right? Right? Okay, so let me give you a rephrase, because I want to give you an actual example of this. A rephrase is, you know what? When I was first born, I knew that my dad absolutely loved me. He breathed life back into me when I stopped breathing. After that, my mom loved me so much that she was always at the hospital with me, caring for me, loving on me, and protecting me when I needed to be protected because I couldn't protect myself. Later on, I had asthma because I developed a mini illness for just bronchitis for a second, and then I was cured from it within a couple of weeks. After that, I had the opportunity to learn about the hospital system through me and my mom getting really ill and getting to see the ugly parts of it and the beautiful parts of it, and also get a super deep appreciation for doctors and for nurses. And I'm so thankful for them. To even having this life that I have now because I did make it through the hospital. That's an amazing, amazing time. Do you hear the difference between the scarcity and the yucky to actually coming from a place of gratitude? I can hear the difference and I can feel the difference. So start rephrasing your narrative because remember, you are always the victor. Always. And I'm going to give you another example right quick. Even if it's, hey, I hate my job and I want to quit, you can quickly rephrase that into, I'm grateful for what my job has taught me about what I do and don't want. And for the motivation it's giving me to create change in life. And you're like, Charente, I can't do that fast. Well, do the best that you can. Think the next better thought. Think the next better narrative that will help you until you get to the place of gratitude. One step at a time, one moment at a time. And then I want you to create your abundant vision. If you know anything about vision boarding, I want you to create a vision board. If you don't know about vision boarding, head over to my YouTube, okay? I will link it in the description below for people on the podcast streaming platforms. I want you to go on my YouTube. I want you to look at the vision board tutorial that I walk through, okay? I even have a workbook that you can grab that will give you all the questions to ask yourself to help you build your abundance vision, okay? And I will even say this, my vision board is my background on my cell phone. Okay, I look at my vision every single day because it reminds me of how far I've come and what all the things that will come for me. And I'm thankful for the past, the present, and the future because it's all now. Okay, so I want you to do that. And when you're doing that, I'm going to give you a couple of questions to ask yourself. What would you like life to look like if you approached it with abundance? Where would you live? Who would your friends be? I'm going to give a caveat for this. The closest 5 friends is generally also around how much you're going to be making in life. So I'm just going to throw it out there when you're thinking about who would your friends be. Would they be friends that say, oh, I'm broke, can you spot on a constant basis and they really ain't doing nothing much? Or are these people actually doing more than you and you love what they're doing and you want to be like them? Surround yourself with people that you would rather be like than the people that you are currently attracting right now. Because it does help you and it does teach you. Real life, real time, okay? Another question to ask yourself is, what would relationships look like? Would they be loving or would they be distasteful? What would it look like to you? What would you do for work? Where's your job at? Where's your career at? What you doing? It doesn't matter what it is. It's important. Write it down, whatever it is. And what would your hobbies be? If you don't know what your hobbies are, what would your hobbies be? So that would be, I want to be a painter, and then start painting. That becomes a hobby. You just got to try different things out until you see whatever sticks. And I will say this, is that if you have something that's always been a dream for your hobbies, put it there. And I want you to dream big. You're done limiting yourself after this conversation that we're having today. In episode 89, you are done limiting yourself. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. You are done limiting yourself after hearing this conversation. You are done. Okay? All gloves are off. You're in the fight for your life to live the life that you want to live. And you're like, fight, Charente? Yes. Because going against the scarcity mindset and going against the negative thinking and programming, all that stuff that has been happening with you, you have to fight out of that. There's a fight out of the darkness. It's not a cakewalk. It's a fight because your brain is trying to tell you, no, this is unknown. We don't know this. We don't know this. We don't know this. And you have to going against that part of you that's saying that and release it. So it is a fight. And I will let you know this is a fight. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And that's why I'm also going to tell you, you got to have accountability partners around you in different areas of your life. You got to have them. 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 If you don't have it, it makes it harder when these saboteurs come up to come say, no, you can't do that. Or, we're going to start judging X, Y, and Z. Also, don't judge X, Y, and Z. When you put your 2 cents on something, that you also are attracting it to you. Stop putting your 2 cents on freaking everything and attracting it to your ass if you don't want it no more. I need you to start dreaming big. If you want that life that you've always been dreaming, dream big. It's time. Say, I'm going to the Bahamas, but you are homeless right now. Hey, God can make a way when there is no way. Okay, I experienced homelessness too. And the thing is, the fact that I've been able to travel to the countries I've been able to travel to in my life, and I'm only 28 as of right now, I know there's a God out there and that God loves me because I dream big. And then God fulfills in God's timing. Okay? I will say that. And then, I've already talked to y'all about boundaries. I'm not going to remind you about that. But you got to have boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Boundaries are literally the line in between you loving others and then you loving yourself and others. If you're always loving others and not taking the time to love yourself, you're going to start pouring from an empty cup, and empty cups die. Just going to give you the straight and real with that. There's no sugarcoating it. So fill your own cup up first. Next thing is that, actually, I'm going to say this. You deserve to be able to rest. You deserve to not always be in the presence of others. You deserve, and you don't owe anyone your attention, especially if you feel unsupported or limited. You don't deserve that. You don't need that in your life, and you do not have to accept that. Those are boundaries. And then you have to learn also how to reinforce your boundaries when someone oversteps your boundaries. That is very, very, very important. And there's a healthy way to do it. And there's also levels to do it. There's a green level, there's a yellow level, and there's a red level. Red level gets strict and explicit and says what you are and are not going to do. Okay? Green level is all light and fluffy, saying, hey, I'm going to give you the solution already when someone goes over. And they're like, no, I'm not going to abide by it. Then it goes to orange. then it goes to red. Okay? You do what you got to do. And if this person's not really even close to you, you can't remove them from your life. It's not burning a bridge. It's protecting you. At the end of the day, you got to make sure you're protecting you and loving you wholly. Because who else is? Okay. Next thing is, if you have scarcity, you got to give to others. You got to get back into the generosity mindset. You got to hardwire your mind for that, aka by doing the actions. You got to stop telling yourself, I can't give. I don't have enough for myself. And you got to start telling yourself, I'm happy to give it. I have more than enough for myself and others. And start giving. I have personally gave, so much money to different organizations and people, and my time and giving out food, and dude, like, child, oh my God, I have been so generous. And the thing is that when I stopped being generous, that's when I started feeling like I don't have enough. And then when I got back into my gratitude and got back into my giving to others, I realized how abundant I was, and I had way more than enough to give and to not actually worry, fret, or any of the in-betweens. So give to others, and they'll be given back unto you. Press down, shaking together, and run over, okay? Number 8, you got to have self-compassion, okay? It's very essential to support you on the switch, because if you're not being compassionate to yourself, that means you are hurting yourself, okay? Compassionate, what that looks like for me is if I do something that's normally not what I normally do, I don't beat myself up. I say, oh, that happened. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I say it to myself. And then I do the action that I was going to originally do. If it was going for a walk or whatever it was that I was trying to hold, and give myself that standard too. And keeping that positive look. Even when, I had that incident on the wisdom app and stuff like that. I had compassion for myself. I was like, wait a minute, hold up, pause. Did I do anything, say anything to this individual that would cause them to react the way they did? No. Okay. So the compassion for myself that I was showing was, I didn't do anything, and there was nothing to judge, just things to observe. That was it. That was all. And I did everything that I could do, and I educated the best that I could, and there's nothing else that I could do after that. Kind of thing. Self-compassion. It's very, very important. Meditation is one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. It was something that I had on one of my goal lists, and that I showed to someone else that I had become my mentor, which was the third of command in a $12.9 billion Fortune 500 company, who worked for Barack Obama 8 terms as a personal aide. Okay. And I told him, well, meditation is one of my main things I want to focus on. He's like, well, Charente, if you do that, you're doing a really good thing, because Barack Obama meditates every single day, especially during the presidency, because that's a lot of stuff coming at him. And he has to go into the place of nothingness to be able to articulate and be the leader that he is. That right there, that conversation that I had was, I'll call it an abundant conversation, because I got to know more about me, also know a little bit about others. Then I took the time to implement this. It wasn't an overnight success, but I took the time to implement. And I will say our next topic is actually going to be about the different types of meditation practices, because everyone thinks it's all about, get to the quiet. Eventually, you get there. But there's different things that you can do. There's visualizations that you do within the meditation. There's so many different types that we're going to talk about this more in depth, because you deserve to know the different ways you can meditate, because not all meditation is created equal. And then I will say, keep being mindful, have affirmations. Okay. That's why Affirmation was created. This is literally helping people take them from scarcity to abundance. And I really believe that's the reason why God gave it to me. Not because Charente made all these exercises or the song or anything. No, I listened and I performed what I heard from Spirit tell me to do. And I am doing it from a place of me and my authentic self. And I love it, because this show is fully me. But make sure you got your affirmations in your bag, okay? Your mantra, okay? And you also, I will say this, you got to be happy when other people succeed. It's not always about you like that. If you can't be happy for others, how can others be happy for you? So that's also about you got to give it to receive it. So give it. When someone has a birthday, celebrate them. When someone has an anniversary, celebrate them. So you can receive the exact same thing back. Okay. And I will say this is that when I was working for another company, they never celebrate my birthday. And I can honestly say that except for one time. And it was after I said something like, oh, we don't do that. And I'm like, no, I have been here for pretty much 4 years and literally have been there for everybody, but no one has taken the time to celebrate me or pour anything into me like that. But mind you, I was always in a place where they're never going to do that because they don't even care about me enough to do gluten-free, and they make fun of me for it, and I was having those self-defeating thoughts, so I was attracting more of them not actually doing that. But when I gave up those limiting thoughts and I continued doing what I was already doing and cheering on when people had succeeded, that's when I started getting that celebration back to me. Now I'm at a company where I love this so much. They celebrate me on my anniversary and on different little things. And it's really awesome. But I had to put that out first in order to receive this abundance back, if you feel me. So this is the topic of the day, man. Now bringing up the first guest, Miss Lois Hampson, MAMFT, who can be found on Instagram at Lois Hampson.
Am I here yet?
You here? How you doing?
Okay.
You landed.
I thought you were at the end of your thing, and I thought I had missed it. I was like, oh, I want to talk about gratitude. But you just now starting it.
Yeah, dude. First Daryl. Ellen was on. Then Andrew was on. Then Daryl was on with Dio, and I was like, it's been really good this morning.
I missed Andrea, because I sure did go over there and try to get her. And I listened to Daryl. Daryl's talking to Dio now. But gratitude, the path to abundance. First of all, abundance is a state of being. That's who you are. Okay? And gratitude is a key to staying wherever you are. Okay? So, for instance, I'm going to say it like this. Whenever you're grateful for something and you say thank you, you're saying to God, the universe, more please, because whatever you appreciate will appreciate. And if you're into banking, you understand that appreciation means the money increases.
Compound as opposed interest.
Yeah. And then you may get compounded interest on it too. So the whole thing is that gratitude, not having gratitude will leave you having pity parties with yourself and everything else, because it will leave you in a state of mind where you can only see through your trauma. When you start lifting your voice in gratitude, being grateful for what you have right now, from where you are right now, for what your kids are doing right now, the fact that you're breathing, you can walk, you can talk, you're alive, okay? Because some people don't have the benefit of being alive. Some people don't have the benefit of talking, walking, singing, tasting, touching. You know, there's a dis-ease for everything, for every function under the sun. So however you can function, you should be grateful for that, because the more you're grateful for how you're functioning, the better you get to function, because it gets better, because it appreciates. So my thing with gratitude, I know that gratitude is also what raises your vibration. Okay? Being complaining lowers your vibration. Being angry lowers your vibration. But being grateful, being thankful raises it. Being forgiving raises it. So the only way you're going to get to abundance, or get to the place where you see that you are abundance, is you got to begin where you are with gratitude. And I like to also begin with like I said, forgiveness. Being able to say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, I messed up, but I thank you and I love you, the whole Ho'oponopono thing. So, but I know that every time I say I'm grateful for something and I get excited about being what I'm grateful for, I get more of that same thing. Okay. Now, conversely, if I'm complaining about something and I'm all emotional about what I'm complaining about, I get more of that thing too. So it's where our focus goes, is where we're going to end up. And I like to focus my train of thought on those things that are uplifting and they make me feel good. Because to not feel good is like you said, I deserve to not feel good because something that just happened. I deserve to not feel good because something I went through when I was a kid. I deserve to not feel good. And the thing is, we all deserve to feel good all the time. And one way to feel good all the time is just be grateful for what you have, because what you have, it will increase. But that's what I have to get you on gratitude, because I love me some gratitude. I'm grateful every day that I can get up and walk. Okay? Every time I make it to the bathroom, see in the mirror, look at my face in the mirror, and I'm standing up there, I give myself a high five. I am grateful. I am so for you, my daughter. I'm grateful for all my friends here on Wisdom. I'm grateful for that I get to come on here and I get to talk about a subject I love, growing spiritually and psychologically and emotionally, and healing. Okay, those are my most favoriteest topics in the world. And I'm grateful for that. No, they really, really are. That's all I ever talk about. Do I ever talk about anything else, Charente?
Upon that shit. That's one of her lines.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Because you gotta let that shit go. You don't let that shit go, you get constipated. Okay? And when you're not grateful, you get constipated. When you're grateful, you're letting
biggest facts ever. If you want to come back, you sure can. And I'm just gonna sing this. Let it go, let it go. I can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Okay. She come back.
when you're able to let the stuff go, you get to grow, and that's like saying more, please. So it's kind of like I read this story and I like this. So I said, I'm gonna use an example with my clients, where this guy he wanted a car, but he had been given a car by his dad, because his dad was a mechanic and dad was trying to teach him how to be a mechanic, but he had no wanting to be a mechanic. Yeah. So the car was sitting in the driveway on blocks. Okay, and that means that it was on blocks. Or sitting on bricks, because he didn't have the little post that you hold the car up when you're working underneath and to make it stable, not just a jack, but it was stacked up bricks. And he kept saying, I want a car, and da-da-da-da-da. So he went to his grandma, and his grandma would say, well, you got a car out there in that driveway. And he said, no, I don't want that car. That car don't work. Da-da-da-da-da. She said, but you got that car in the driveway. And he said, I know, but I don't want that car. That car don't work. And she said, but you got a car in the driveway. And then he said, just then, he realized what she was saying to him. He got something in his driveway that doesn't work. Why is it still sitting there? So he went out there, he called the tow truck, had the car towed away, and within 2 weeks, he was able to get him a car. But he had to let that shit go. Go. I read that story. Girl, I was cracking up. I was like, oh, damn, car on blocks. And Grandma didn't take nothing. Grandma was like my grandma and them. With all them stories talking about every tub got to land on its own bottom. Men of life does. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
You have to make space. If you don't make space, how can you get the thing that you've been asking for?
Yeah, but you know what? Because the grandmother was a grandmother and she talked like my grandma and them.
And
she was not going to tell him directly, move the car so you can make space for it. She needed him to understand what she was saying without her having to say it. He was grown. Okay? So, and he finally figured it out by the third time she said that, and he got frustrated with her. She just looked at him. He said, it's sitting there. And like I said, he had to figure it out. But the whole thing is that we don't get the shit moved away unless we have gratitude. First, he had to appreciate the fact that he had a car there, even if he didn't want it. Because the car was there blocking the new car. Okay? And the thing is that when we aren't grateful for what we have, we're not getting anything else. It don't work like that. Because we got to vibrate in that which we want. And if I ain't vibrating in, I'm grateful for this hairspray right now. I'm going to spray on these braids. I'm grateful for this water that I'm drinking right now. Okay, that means I'm going to have more water available and I'm going to have more hairspray available because I'm grateful for what I got already. And when I'm grateful for that, I can get more. Now, and I say this, and you know this. I have not worked since 2000 and what?
8.
I own my own house, my own car, my own shit, my own design clothes, my own every fucking thing. Okay, I got the state aid a little bit at a time, but right now, God is taking care of me because I know how to appreciate what the fuck I got. And so gratitude is the key to that getting abundance. But more than that, gratitude is the key to recognizing that you are abundant.
Yes. Okay. And sorry, you just literally sparked. I was like, you're saying this and my Bible teachings are coming back. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Moses in Exodus when the manna was coming out of the sky. Yeah. Because they were complaining the entire time. And then when they started practicing gratitude, they started being able to actually eat.
Okay. Wait. And not only that, and during that time that they were complaining. So they spent 40 fucking years in the wilderness. But guess what? Their shoes and stuff never wore out.
Now, how is that? That's a godsend. And weren't they like in like the hot areas too?
They're in the desert. They're in the desert. 40 years because they complained. Okay, all them people who was complaining had to die off before they could enter into the promised land. And you can't enter in the promised land in your fucking...
Oh my God. You have to come back. And then I just had this epiphany. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have you come back because you're saying stuff and I'm just like, things are connecting for me. Okay. Continue talking.
So you cannot enter into the promised land with the slave mentality. How about that shit?
You can't because, here it is. Because they were also in the desert and they were always complaining, they were always in a state of hell, aka also the lower 3 chakras. How can they get to heaven when you know those are the top 3 chakras if they're always in the bottom 3? That just came to me. That's the reality because in order to get to the top, you got to get to the heart. And once you get to the heart, you look at the bottom 3 totally different. Yes, I'm thankful for the bottom 3. Yeah. and I ain't got no complaints. Yeah, I went through some HE double hockey sticks and all that kind of shit. But guess what? In all that shit, fooling around in them lower bases for a long period of time in that survival mode, which is where it's considered survival mode versus ascension. Okay. But in that survival mode, it gave me what I needed to, enough pain that I needed to enter into the heart. That I had to say, hey, I need help. Hey, and that they call humble yourself, okay? Yeah. And I said, God, help me, okay? And when I humbled myself and took the ego out and just entered into the heart space, I allowed God to heal me. But I had to allow all that stuff to go. That's why, that's what the whole thing, asking Jesus to come into your heart and save you. He's going to save you when you get the consciousness, his consciousness. You know? Mm-hmm. So, and that's a state of mind. And that's the cloud he got to come through all this shit we go through it down here on the lower 3 chakra areas in the survival zone. But the whole thing is we can always rise above when we get to the heart. And we can't get to the heart of the matter without starting first with gratitude. You know, but first, we got to have hope there is something better too. But gratitude, for me, gratitude has been the key to sustaining me all these years. And gratitude has been the key to me growing and healing my body. Gratitude has been the key to everything that I have. Okay. And without gratitude, I wouldn't have nothing. I'd be dead. Yeah. You know? And you couldn't have taught me gratitude. And then I probably wouldn't be here either. Girl, but see, wait. I would like Martin Luther King. God, I had a dream. I love it. I had a dream, though. I really did. I had a dream that showed me stuff, and it made me know that getting here was possible. You know, so I had to hope in that dream. I had to put hope in that dream. And then that hope had to get legs. That's some faith.
Then that faith had to walk. Okay? That's some actions I had to take to correct some shit that I felt was broken, but it wasn't broken. It was put there for me to be who I am today and for me to clear karmic reactions from our soul's journey. But basically, again, it starts with gratitude. That's why I love the Ho'oponopono, because it gives you that surrender. I'm sorry. Okay. Please forgive me. Okay. Thank you. I love you. And it gets you on that pathway to that gratitude, because you're able to release whatever it is or let go of whatever it is so something new can come in. And the more you release, the more you have room for something new. Now, if you make that something new the same shit, different day, then that's on you. But you always get a choice to choose how you make it. But gratitude is a paramount importance for joy, everything else. But I thank you, and I'm going to let somebody else come and talk to you, my dear.
Thank you so much for coming up and always dropping all your diamonds out. Just giving them away. Just giving them
Girl,
away.
But I was just talking shit, Charente.
I know you're just talking shit, Mama. I know that. And I'll say this. When you said release, I was like, release to cook with grease. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, you get the oil of the Spirit if you release.
In the name of Jesus.
You get the oil of the Spirit. I anoint you. Stop. I'm being silly now. Bye.
Bye. Y'all, that was Lois Hampson, MAMFT. She can be found on Instagram at Lois Hampson, which is LoiceHampson. I love when she comes up. She's a riot. I hear her. I always say this. I struck the lottery when my mom became my mom. I struck the lottery. That was the right womb for me. Okay? I love her. I absolutely adore her. She's silly, she's fun, and she's real. I'm going to present you, with the normal gifts. Okay? These gifts can be found at jclv21.com. You can find there a live check-in form, the access to the streaming platforms if you want to listen to us on your favorite podcasting streaming platform. That's also on there. If you want to join the community for Lighten Up Your Life with Charente, I would love for you to join. I talk about health, finance, mindset, all the in-betweens, and I give you daily affirmations all the time in there, as well as also on all my social media. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, on, Facebook, dude, I'm everywhere, even on Pinterest. You're going to get some affirmations. You also will probably get some Hey Bestie videos from TikTok where I teach you about different things that are going on in my life. Okay, so follow me. That's always at Charente Carr, which is CharenteCarr. Oh, snap, crackle pop, this train gotta go to the next stop. I'm not saying you gotta get out of bed. I'm not saying you gotta get off work because I don't have the clearance to give you that. But I am saying for us to move to the next destination. I want to thank you guys so much for riding with me to Affirmation Station. I want to also thank a special guest, Lois Hampson, for coming on and dropping all of her pearls, the gems, and everything in between. I want to thank Doobie for clapping. I want to thank Andrea Raquel for clapping. I'm thanking you guys for participating in the wisdom community and doing what you can do. I want to thank the Android users that can clap, that have been wanting to clap. I see you. I acknowledge you. I know you're there, and I thank you too. You may now exit the train and head to your destination. Remember, there are transfer lines available to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Choose wisely on how you're going to see your day on today. I will catch you guys back here on Tuesday for another amazing episode of Affirmation Station between the start times of 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time, okay, on the Wisdom app. We will be talking about meditation and what are the different types that you can do. And I really hope that you can learn something that will help you push through, okay? That's the whole intent for this entire show. I love you to infinity and beyond. You are so freaking awesome sauce. And I hope you have a fantabulous day. Ta-ta for now. Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Ta-ta. Thank you so much for listening to this new episode of Affirmation Station Show. Remember to rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast streaming platform. Be sure to give me a follow or DM me on Instagram at Charente Carr your key takeaways and your thoughts on this episode and what future topics I should cover. That's all for now. Until next time, see you.